So today, to just give our little speech for the rally, I want to talk about staying involved after the election. And I know a lot of us are already tired because we're at the end of the election cycle, but stay with me. I think it's important in meaningful ways that we don't often discuss to stay involved. I think it's important to stay involved because it's our way of following through on the promises that we make when we vote, when we tell people to vote, when we advocate, work for, volunteer for candidates that we care about. When we fight for the candidates that we believe should be elected, we are saying to those around us that this person should be elected. And I think we owe it, especially to those who don't vote for us, those who end up voting for the candidates who don't win, to make sure that the candidates who do, especially if you supported them specifically, live up to those promises. Right now, I think we have a very big issue in our country of a candidate quality race to the bottom, where because it's all about, well, our guy's better than their guy, or our guy will win, people are willing to run candidates who truly are concerning, in my opinion, who I am not necessarily comfortable, or at least fully comfortable, with the idea of them having power based on what I know about that. But because we live in a world, or specifically a country, where so often you have to choose one of two candidates with completely opposing beliefs on so many things, we often feel pushed into voting for candidates who we might not truly have that much confidence in. And I think that is understandable. I truly think our country puts us in that position in a way that's hard to deal with and is hard to figure out. And I respect people trying to figure out how to handle that situation. But at the same time, I don't think those election quirks should keep us, or need to keep us, from holding people accountable after they're elected. We talk about controversial candidates as if controversies only affect how electable a candidate is. But in my opinion, controversies are not about how electable a candidate is exclusively, but they're also about how they reflect on what a candidate will do once they're elected. A lot of candidates who I am willing to support because I think the alternative is worse have still done things that I think reflect concerningly on what they'll do after they're elected. Are they going to continue this type of behavior? Are they prone to this type of behavior? And for me, because this is about what they'll do once they get into office, it's even more important to remember when we are willing to support candidates who we have mixed opinions on, we need to make sure we hold them accountable when we vote for them, when they get elected, showing that we are not just here for the campaigns, for the election days, but we are here because we believe these candidates are the best for these positions, and we are willing to fight to make sure they continue to be the best for these positions. There's a lot of ways that staying involved is important, but one of the ones I think we don't talk about enough is continuing to hold candidates accountable once we vote for them, especially when we were concerned about them even when we did vote. So moving forward past this election, I hope we will continue to stand up for our beliefs and continue to make sure that those we voted for, based on the idea that they'll support those beliefs, are not only supporting those beliefs, but are being held to as high a standard as we believe elected officials should be. And we don't let election quirks and weird situations distract us from the fact that it is always appropriate to hold our elected officials to the highest of standards.